And of course now it's not going to let me go into it. Why won't it?
Dreams take form from metal and fire, a universe forged by hands that never tire. Echoes of creation in the grind and the sparks, the cosmos reborn in these humble dark parts. Sparks fly, dreams ignite in Grumpy's shop, stars take flight. Shadows dance on walls, machines breathe deep. Secrets of the void, the tools they keep. Every cut, every carve, a new world unfolds in the hands of the maker. The universe molds. What's a galaxy but dust and will? What's a dream but a spark until the hands turn the wheel? The fire burns bright in Grumpy's shop.
Alright, yo, I'm trying to get this set up again. I had it going, but I had that live messed up, something crazy. Let me switch my account because it won't let me get in here with my main account again. I guess I have to be in it before I start the live before it lets me watch. Let's see. Alright, we're getting set up here, yo. Description. The one we're looking for. Alright, I'm here. Let's see. Hope everybody's having an awesome morning. I'm gonna finish up my piece that I was working on yesterday. Doing a little pyrography, not my image. I got this image from YouTube, or shoot, YouTube from Google, and then used carbon paper and whatnot to transfer it over. Hey, good morning, Jonathan. Good morning, Mr. Johnny. I started one live and I was messing with buttons over here and seeing, well, what's this do? What's that do? And I hit the 360 camera view, not realizing what it does. And oh wee, that would have gotten everybody motion sick. So I canceled that one and started another one, and this one's got me in my other YouTube account to watch it. So, but hey, we're here. Excuse me. I'm still looking for that dual live button and it ain't there yet. Hey, good morning, Josh. Oh goodness, y'all. I cannot wait till December. It's got to hurry up and get here. I'm ready to get back on that lathe. Where's my glasses? You just have them. Damn. There they are. Hey, good morning, Natalie. I got me a good tripod finally. It did come in. So next time I'm outside, I won't be shaking and holding the phone the whole time. I got something actually decent enough to hold my phone. It won't fall over when the wind blows on it. All right, Josh, you have a good day. Be safe out there. Epoxy drips, binds bugs in a sculptor's twist. Zen found in the fog, some aliens miss. And everything dug out. Now see, with my shading on here, if I could keep it all in the same direction, it would look a whole lot better. I get the board twisted and start doing my little dashes because I'm doing the shading. There's a million and one different techniques you can use for shading on your pyrography, you know, and I'm doing this one itty bitty little dashes, kind of like fur or something. But I don't have too much left to do. Just need to go through the eyebrow and his eyelash right there, and then some of that shading around the nose, the beard, those edges right there, and then all of the shading will be done. And I'm not sure if I'm going to throw any watercolor over it or not. I'll probably just leave it natural. I'll stain the background. I'll kind of torch across it. I think that's what I'll leave it. Hey, good morning, Robin. Thank you for coming through. Hope you're having a good morning. Thank you. Let's see here. There we go. Just trying to a little morning go. Excuse me.
Roach clips, shiny dope soldiers a cope. Out of the haze came purpose and hope. Aliens nodding props to the craft, no hate. Epoxy vibes outlasted the hands of fate.
Alright, there we go. Found the mute button on this thing, so try not to cough in y'all's ears like that. I know some of y'all might be wearing headsets or something. I know I do every now and then when I'm watching. Alright, that's enough for now. Definitely cannot wait for my stuff to get here so I can get back to learn on my lathe. Hey, Mr. DeLand, good morning, sir. How are you doing today? Are you still on, well, how does that work when you're on call like that? Do you get a few days off once you're off call, or basically, are you working or are you off this morning? That's what I'm trying to get to. Hey, Mainly. Good morning. All right, let's fire up the burner here. Oh, no. Fire it back down. Let's see. Where is my strop? I'll use my strop instead of my sanding pad this morning if I can find it. I had it with me at the event, so I bet it's still in my daggum box. Bear with me just a second, y'all. Looking to see where I put that thing at. Oh, come on. I need a few more little totes. Organize my stuff. That's what I got, one of these big old green plastic storage totes that's got stuff. There's my strap. Cool. I got stuff stacked all in it, and then I got a little tote stacked inside the big tote that's got all my little carbons in it, and then my little wannabe briefcase box that's got all my clips. It's getting small. Getting too many clips in there. Alright, just using my knife strop right here, and I'm gonna kind of polish the tip up right there. It just knocks that carbon. I'm just taking it and running it across because it's flat. I don't know if y'all can see that shine that it's picking up, but it's knocking the carbon off of it, and it'll burn a whole lot better. Anybody that does play with the wood burning and all of a sudden you're doing good and your temperature's up and it don't burn, clean your tip. It does make a big difference. You'd be surprised. You might not even see nothing come off when you clean it, but it will burn better. Then I got my Planet 13 logo board that I'm working on. Oh, no problem. You're more than welcome. That way everybody can connect and help that community grow, right? But yeah, my Planet 13 board, I've gotten it worked out, but I don't want to do it in a live to finish it because I'm trying to make that for my video tomorrow. So I got to get off of this, and when I'm done with this live, and get on that one and get it recorded and finished real good, and then edit that video down. I got another video to put out. Deland, if you're still in here, I got that video from your heart challenge. I've gotten it pretty much edited down, but it's so long. It's about almost an hour long edited. So I'm gonna go through and cut it a little bit shorter, and then probably just do a complete voiceover on that one because everything's just outdated. You know, I'm talking about your challenge and stuff in that video and whatnot, and that's been over. So I've just been procrastinating, and I'm not used to editing other videos. I have like a system and a routine with my clip videos. It just makes it easier for me to edit those. But when I do some other type of work, it's just the editing process is, I mean, it's the same thing, but I just have to find different marks and rhythms, I guess. I don't know. I can't explain it, but takes me forever to do them. I get overwhelmed almost, and so I procrastinate it. But yeah, got it done, just got to get it done. And then for this, don't want to burn myself, it's on, but my tip's flat like a shader. And I like that wider line when I'm outlining and everything. But then with this tip, I also, if you can see, it's, I don't know if I'm in the right angle for the camera, but I heat it up and then beat it flat, so it comes to like a knife edge too. So it can be wide like that, or like a knife edge if you hold it up and down like that. And so I hold it up and down like the knife edge and make little fine, basically it's making little cuts into the board, but it's burning it at the same time, and that's what's giving me my shade. Like I said, earlier when I was talking, there's a million different ways you can shade something when you're doing the pyrography. There's one way I watch, forgot her name, I think it's Miss Annie. She changed her channel name, so I have to look it back up to remember, but that's who I watched. Got all my little tips and stuff for ideas and tricks and whatnot for pyrography, was watching the way she does. But she's got an awesome way she shades. She uses kind of like your little ball burr, real tiny, like a ballpoint pen tip, and she just sits there and just erratic little lines, but she never stops her line. You know, just kind of like how you maybe scribbled in shade. Well, she takes her burner and just real tight, just little twists and twirls and circles, and just keeps going until she shades her piece in like that. Looks awesome. I'm gonna work on it like that one of these days. You gotta get me some different burner. And then this is just tedious. I gotta start doing it instead of just talking, or I won't get it done, because it takes a while.
Creative blaze, sharp blade cut and pouring epoxy to life. Each stroke sculpt chaos, channel the strife. Aliens whisper notes, transmit them precise. Out of this world, roach clip got that spice. Glow bright like UFOs at a midnight sight. Craft wild carbons, man, they take flight. In a zone, no phone, just resin to light. Therapy ain't a couch, it's chisels and light. Grumpy's batshit crazy meds in a haze. Roll tight medication floating out of space. Glows in the dark, magic lit through the maze. Hit that like, subscribe, ride the creative blaze. Pour the truth that molds, let the resin reveal. Art deep as the void, carving wounds that heal. Fingerprints and wood grain, grumpy's real
As I go through here and
Aliens
just
not
random.
it, man, that's not appeal.
You know, I try to do it as random as possible so it doesn't make any distinct marks, but you can see, kind of see it down in levels how I've changed my, you know, I guess I kind of warmed up into it. I started kind of like what I'm doing now, but then I changed and then I went back. And so it's pretty much trying to match now. Yeah, it'll look good. I've done, I think, about 4 boards like this. Was doing some Bible studies for a while, and gentlemen that were coming by doing that, I made them each one. And I think I made one for a couple people at my wife's work. Fingerprints and wood grain, grumpy's real deal. Aliens just nodded, man, that's mad appeal. And then you can just, the tighter you do your dashes and whatnot, you can make it real dark. You know, you can thicken it up, or I guess spread it, even spread out the dashes, you know, I guess to kind of play with shadows and whatnot. Oh, heck yeah.
Grumpy's in a cedar wonderland, shavings flying like a magic band. Lays alive and spinning fast, turning moments that are built to last. Cedar in each hand, oh what a day. The scent of the wood takes stress away. Dust is dancing under workshop lights, crafting joy in the quiet night.
Hey, good morning, Tina. Thank you for stopping by.
Life is feeling so grand out here. With every spin the world feels clear. The smell of cedar fills the air.
And my other burn boards, I've been doing good with those. I put them for $25 each. Get a lot of good comments and whatnot on them. Had a few people buy them. I sell a lot of the 420 stuff on the table, so people see the boards and think they're rolling trays. They're not rolling trays, they're meant to be wall hangers, but if you want to use it for a rolling tray, I guess that's your prerogative. It's whatever you want to use it for once you buy it, right? I mean, you take it out there for target practice, you know, I don't want you to, but if you paid for it, that's what you do.
Lay fired up and the dust is flying. Every turn feels like dreams are trying. Stress and pain melt far from sight. Cedar Wonderland feels just right. Cedar in each hand, oh what a day. The scent of the wood takes stress away. Dust is dancing under workshop lights, crafting joy in the quiet night.
Thank you. One thing I did not do, I was gonna go over the daggum thing before I started shading to get rid of some of the burn, but I forgot. Or if I did, I didn't do it good enough. You can see where the lines are thicker, where it kind of burns a little bit. They're starting to yellow the wood. You can, when you do your burns like that and you got your outline, you take a little bit of Scotch-Brite, I do on my rotary tool, and I'll go over everything and it leaves the burn, you know, in the groove, but it'll take that discoloring away. It cleans up the lines basically, makes it look a little cleaner. Oh, wrong camera. But if you if you turn your burner down, you know, and you're not burning as hot, it won't burn out like that. But you have to really have good control and whatnot with your tool, because if it's turned down, you got to go super slow to get your burn to work right, or go over it a bunch of times. Made me think about it because the little spot right there is supposed to be open, and with it being discolored because it got hot, it almost looks like it's shaded. Kind of like when you're doing the texture in your beer, in your wood spirits with your carbon burr to a degree. Depends on how you do your hair, I guess. That's one thing I got to get back into is my wood carbon as well. I got to get Wowie's watcher done for his watcher challenge. Procrastinate on that. That was due December 1st, and then they extended the challenge. Him and Jordy did. Which helped me, because about the time he extended it is when the vacuum cleaner took a poop. Now I could go on the back porch and carve on the watcher. But again, I just procrastinate everything, so I haven't started yet. Started it in my head 100 different times. Yeah, it's relaxing, but it is just depends on how you do it. It can take a while and be tedious. Like doing the shading like this, it's cool. I like the look on it, but you know, if you're in a hurry, nah. But that's just it. You don't need to be in a hurry when you're doing this kind of stuff, because then it's not as relaxing, right?
Grumpy laid back, sitting in the shed, scuffling with the wood piece in his head. Roach clips cracked at each one.
Hey, good morning, PK. I caught you in your live last night on the medical music. I was lurking. I was getting ready to lay in bed and was tossing and turning and flipping around, seeing what was on, and was clearing off my stuff. And I said, "Oh, daggum, he went live." So I watched for a second and then went to sleep. That 4:45 come early. Never underhanded, will his worries chiseling hand. I'm gonna turn the music up just a touch if it's not too loud, Joe. Try it like that. I didn't move it much. Don't want it to overpower me. I threw the thumbs up though, that's for sure. I did do that before I shut it down. But I'll do that. I'll lurk in a lot of lives and I'll throw my thumbs up, but I don't say nothing. And then I'll just fall out to go to sleep however I do. Let's see. Can you play?
Grumpy LaidBak, therapy's found.
Went through the Planet 13 dispensary yesterday, walking around looking. I haven't really slowed down to look at everything they had. That place is laid out pretty nice, but they have tons of little bitty lurking like. Yep, I'm bad about that. I get overwhelmed if the chat's real busy and there's a lot of people. It's like, I know if I say hello, there's gonna be a whole bunch of people saying hey, and so I'm gonna have to type and and then I'll feel rude if I don't type back, and then it's like, sometimes I just don't type. I'll give the thumbs up and I'll be hitting that little heart emoji on the side and stuff like that a lot, but that's just crazy grumpy, I guess.
Welcome to the shop, gears grind, sparks ignite. Lace spin steady, cutting dreams in the night. Epoxy drips slow like a teardrop falling. Roach clips crafted, pain medication calling. Roll the therapy sessions in progression like subscribe. Cosmic confession, aliens.
All depends on what I'm doing when I'm watching. You know, if I've been busy all day and I'm watching and sitting back, then I'm leaning back in my chair, you know, and the keyboard and mouse is not right there on top of me. And so I won't comment a lot that way. Or I'm on my phone, and then most of the time when I'm on my phone, I need my reading glasses on, but my goofy butt don't have my reading glasses on. So then I have a ton of typos because my big thumbs is typing stuff and I'm not reading it clear. So yeah, just depends on what we're doing. But I love the community. I do love talking to everybody. But like I said, my goofy butt just gets overwhelmed sometimes.
Secrets, vibrations in the air. Epoxy dreams solid, freeze the despair. Space-time bends when the craft takes flight. Roach clips gleam in the UFO light. Show roll therapy sessions in progression like subscribe.
Still nervous as all get when I do these lives. When sometimes I'll get, I feel like it's dyslexia with my words. I'll get flustered or whatnot, and then I can't talk straight, or I'm trying to say something and the words are everywhere but coming out of my mouth. You know, it's like daggone. At the same time, all these lives are helping me a lot. I'm getting more comfortable, and then when I see who's in chat, you know, if it's people I know, yeah, I feel more comfortable, so I'm more relaxed. And that's it.
Laid back carving, steady hand devotion. Epoxy shines bright, clouded in emotion. Grumpy hands spark art, therapy potion. Anxiety drips, vanishing like ocean foam motion. Aliens in the smoke, they whisper.
Oh no, that ain't gonna be none of that in these chats here. You know, that's just it. If somebody comes in here and you're not blue and you want a link, ask anybody to drop a link. I do not mind for people dropping links to support their channel or promote their channel or promote somebody else's channel, as long as it's a clean channel that you're promoting, you know. They jump in here and you ain't never seen them and they say, oh, drop my link. Yeah, at least go look at the channel information before you drop that link. Make sure it's, you know, not a crazy channel. But other than that, I don't care. You know, that's how the communities grow. That's what I like about it, is we get everybody following everybody and then jumping in these lives, and you know, that's kind of what the lives are for, is for me to put out content, but also for the community to get together and have fun chit-chatting, you know. So no, if anybody ever in any of my chats being rude like that and you got a wrench, throw them in timeout.
Aliens in the smoke, they whisper truth. Medication rolled tight, sparking the roots. Chronic pain, a ghost, fades in the booth. Creating our escape, these forms be proof. Grumpy's craft cuts through
There's a bunch of resin channels out there. And I guess to each their own. Everybody's got their own mentality and attitude, but no, I don't want people being straight up rude with people. And if they come in here being straight up rude, yeah, y'all can throw them in their place, you know, put them in timeout, you know, say, hey, here's your warning, whatever you need to do. But other than that, if y'all gonna argue or fuss or fight, y'all can take that somewhere else, is how I'm gonna say it. Like I said, it's old grumpy. I go peace symbols out all the time. That's peace. That don't mean to fight. But no, I hate that, Natalie. I'm sorry. Like I said, not in here. We'll keep them all nice in here. There's been a few that's happened a couple of different days on his channel. They doing it is queer. It's crazy the way they're doing it too, because it's like I didn't see the spicy ones where they got real crazy about it, but the stupid questions, you know, it's like, come on now. Like he said, look around, use your eyeballs, you know. But yeah, that's crazy. And like he said, that might have been the same person, because it was almost the same questions, and I think it was 2 different days in a row. Yeah. You're gonna have your haters, I guess. I mean, the crazy part about it, like he said, you put that, you know, people did that on their shoots last night. That's crazy. Like I said, you're gonna have your haters. They're gonna get in there and they're gonna talk crap or something, because they're gonna look at it and say, well, dang, you got subscribers, dang, you got viewers, but I don't like your stuff, and so they just get jealous, you know. But keyboard warriors, you know, they're out there. Unfortunately, they're not gonna go away, but at least we can time them out and block them and whatnot.
Grumpy's back and he's on the stream, flying high like a digital dream. Aliens cruising by, they beam, they gleam.
What's he cooking? What's the plan? Medication ready, rolling stand. Click that.
Because I mean, that's just, if you don't like somebody's content, you don't like what they're doing, there's so many more live videos that are flowing at that very same moment. Thump that thumb up, doom scroll to the next one, whatever you got to do, you know. I was brought up, if you can't say nothing nice, you don't need to say nothing at all, you know. I mean, that's not hard to go by.
Spaceship zooming, lights so bright. Grumpy's got the vibe tonight. Is it wisdom or just a lie? Questions hover, answers blur. Who is Grumpy? Who are we, sir? Flying high, it's all a blur.
Grumpy's live again, oh yeah, oh yeah.
Hey, and that's just it. You put it on there that you got to be a subscriber. Okay, one, you got to subscribe to my channel to give me hate. So that's giving me a little bit of traction. Then you're going to be throwing comments on my stuff. Now, granted, they might not be good comments, but hey, that's giving me some more traction. So, I mean, you're going to hate, I'll let you hate to a point. But then when it gets in my head, you know, then that's when it's time to delete and move on. That's it. That's it. Manners. There's always, I mean, that's, I've laughed before and put that into perspective. You know, you can come at me dog cussing me, but if you're growling that deep voice, you got that ugly scowl on your face, and I know you're good, man. Okay, that dog cussing's fixing to turn into something else. But then you can come at me talking the exact same stuff, but a smile on your face, a little laugh to your voice, and okay, oh yeah, he's joking. You know, it's yeah. It's all on how you approach somebody, that's for sure.
What's he cooking? What's he brewing tonight? A digital mystery, a dazzling light. Aliens flying by.
Alright, I gotta calm down a little bit.
Hit that like, hit that subscribe. Grumpy's Big Show.
There you go. I go with the timeout and you know, for just a minute, because sometimes I guess the only reason I say a timeout for a few minutes first is because there might be a language barrier. You know, you might have somebody from a different region or something that don't quite understand English, or they're just learning how to type or write with it, because English can be a daggum confusing language. You know, so they could have just been a completely misunderstanding and it led into something, you know, so that way, hey, you throw them in timeout, then you talk and chat and explain to it, and then they come back in there and like, oh yeah, I'm sorry, I didn't mean that. You know, but yeah, 90% of the time it's the trolls being trolls, so. All right, y'all. I gotta go through and fill this board in too. I did not notice it had issues on it. Put that back, make sure no wires is touching. I don't want nothing to burn over there. When I took my Dremel, let me see, where's the board at? No, I got one out here that I haven't done yet. I keep forgetting I'll get this microphone and I can get up and move it around. Oh, what am I stepping on? Oh, no, that ain't good. They have to end the live and go to the ER, cut my little pinky toe off. My garage is a mess and I was stepping on something trying to reach over to my boards, and it was my daggum carbon knife package. My big butt pushed that little blade right through that package and cut my toes. All right, let me get over here. Digging out one of my boards, y'all. Alright, so I had to cough. But this is my regular boards, you know, just straight square cut edged. And then I took my Dremel, because I don't have a router set up, and I took my little extreme taper burr and I run along the edge of the wood all the way around, and I got my taper, you know, made it look like the edge is routed. Now I still have to go back with some sandpaper and some more stuff because it's almost sharp on the edges right there, so I need to flatten that down because I did take it almost to a good point. But what I'm getting at is with the plywood and it being glued together, I have some voids right through here where I guess they had some quality control in putting their boards together. It's not bad, just right here and right here. I'll fill that in with some, I'll get some wood glue and some sawdust, putty that up and pack in there, and then I'll kind of sand it back down and burn back over it. Oh, thank you. I can't do too much of this in here because I don't have my vacuum, but I'm gonna see something real quick. That helped. That helped a little bit. I got another little trick for that though, I'll show y'all. It shouldn't be too dusty. I'll do it with this one. Alright, where's my foot pedal for this? I'm using my little Marathon microcarver. Well, I think I am. I don't think I had it plugged up.
Thinking, like, subscribe, vibes, words cracked and broken.
Look at yep, unplug it.
Cables hiss like snakes, venom in the wire. Voltage jumps the gaps, arcs of blue fire. Corners hold shadows, secrets in the smoke. Grumpy laughs slow, his gears start to choke. Grumpy wants a wheel spinning in the haze. Meds roll tight.
Now this has just got a little diamond ball burr on there, and I'm gonna try to go real light over a couple of spots. And I'm gonna go through like right in there. I'm gonna try to lighten that up there, try to lighten up just a touch there in that little spot, and then right through here where it scorched it a little bit right here. It's just kind of yellow to me, and I want it a little bit lighter.
Sharp reeks of ozone, madness in the air. Aliens whispering, static in their stare. Grumpy hums a hymn of twisted code. Rolling on the edge of an overloaded road.
Gotta try to be careful. I don't want to dig into the weeds. Just want to take that little layer of color off.
Like, subscribe, vibes, words cracked and broken. Grumpy's in the shop, wires hiss, they scream. Electricity's crawling, it's carving a dream. Etching in the grain, wood whispers pain. Aliens in the corner, plotting domain. Grumpy wants a ride, engines hard, it's fried. Sparks and ghosts collide, therapy in the glide. Smoke rolls thick, therapy in the haze. Mid and pain, these are Grumpy's days. Click and clank, vibe sharp as a knife. Like and subscribe, this is Grumpy's life. Smoke rolls thick, therapy in the haze. Mid and pain, these are Grumpy's days. Click and clank, vibe sharp as a knife. Like and subscribe, this is Grumpy's life. Meds roll tight, fists fight the void. Grains
You have to be super light or it will dig straight into this wood.
Aliens laugh slow, they know. Static in the wires, truth's on fire. Grumpy's desires tangled in the mire. Ashes and sparks, a symphony of scars. Riding through the dark, chasing dying stars.
Definitely not something I could be doing at the end of the day.
These are Grumpy's days. Click
Maybe don't screw that up. Maybe.
like and subscribe, this is Grumpy's life. Smoke rolls thick, therapy in the haze. Made in pain, these are Grumpy's days. Click and clank, vibe sharp as a knife. Like and subscribe, this is Grumpy's life.
And so you don't want to do too much of this, because if you get to grinding on it too much, you might get it in a certain light and be able to see everywhere you touch.
Grumpy's in the shop,
You are taking away some of that wood.
city crawling, spark section in the resin. Aliens in the corner, shadows.
So I'd rather do it with the Scotch Brite before I shade it, because then I can do the whole piece and it all kind of blends in.
Pain's a co-pilot, therapy's the flight. Smoke's the sermon, preaching out of sight. Hit that light, hit that vibe, subscribe to the night. Circuit board sermons, static in the prayer. Oil-stained altars, faith hangs in the air. Hiding in the chrome, reflections of despair. Aliens take notes like they really care. Grain holds secrets etched in deep scars. stars, history's a whisper, riding in these cars, the wheel turns slow, destination too far, Grumpy laughs slow, lights flicker like stars, Grumpy wants to ride, meds roll tight, Pain's a co-pilot, therapy's the flight, smokes the turn.
Yeah, I got this powder carver from Jordy Johnson. Well, from Wowie's workshop, from the Kindred Spirits New Year New Leaf Challenge they did. I was lucky enough to get drawn as one of the winners in there, and so I got all kind of cool stuff. Wowie's a good guy. He did the box up right, but I got my blung from him and his brother, some stickers. I got a cedar float that Jordy carved that's got the eagle in it with an abalone shell in the eye. That's just freaking awesome. And then, all right, y'all, if y'all ain't realized it or not, I'm like a Jordy Johnson groupie. You know, that channel done me real good when I found it and pulled me out of a dark spot, you know, and helped me get my head straight on some things. But so I love Jordy Johnson stuff, you know, and I got that cedar float that I won, and then I got a wood spirit carving that I won from another challenge that he carved, and then this micro motor that I'm using. Hold on, I got my other camera. I can do that. You know, don't pick on me, my shit's a mess. But I strapped, okay, here's my box, y'all. I keep talking about my box. This is my nasty old box. I get in here and carve so dust don't go everywhere. That's my fan that I'm talking about, that my carbon filter is running through. I have a fan up top. There's that fan right back there. You can see the screen for it in that little box. That's full of carbon filter in that box as well. And so the smoke goes up through there. I got that idea from Jordy. He does that for his carving, but he's just got regular filter cloth in there. And I'm not gonna hit it, but there's all kind of fine dust stuck to that. I thump it, dust will come falling. But that micro carver, that was Jordy Johnson's. Jordy Johnson has held on to this micro carver, and he has carved stuff with it and made wood spirits and stuff. So it's like when I won that, I was like a giddy little schoolgirl. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, heck yeah. But, all right, let me switch cameras. I was like, get y'all dizzy enough. But yeah, I think that's just too cool. And but yeah, I strapped it to the side of my box right here. I gotta make a deal to hold the handpiece. I just lay it inside my box on the edge right there. But yeah, that's crazy, girl. But yeah, Jordy Johnson, I've learned a lot from watching that man's channel. You know, and then that's what got me really hooked on my YouTube watching, was his channel. And then I bled off to different creators from there. But this is why I found Jordy's channel. Was I always done my my roach clips, but I wanted to put wood spirits on there. And I was like, well, how do I go about carving one of those? I've never done that, never tried to do that. And then, of course, Google and YouTube can show you everything, right? So I started Googling it, and I found Jordy's channel, and I was like, well, let me try that. And then, yeah, that's where my carving began. I got to finish this one out. I don't really like the way this one's looking, is why I've never finished him. But, I mean, it don't look bad, but I see a bunch of little flaws in it that I don't like, and so that's kind of why I slowed down on working on that one. Once I put some seal and color and black wash and then rub it all off and stuff, it'll probably blend out and look a lot better. But I gotta make up a few more of those, because those, when I do have those, and I have one on my clips, or I say on my clips, I normally wear a lanyard when I go into the dispensaries that's got a bunch of my roach clips hooked to it, you know, and then it says $20 on there, and that's how I advertise. And every time I have one that's got a little spirit guy on there like that, wood spirit or something, they sell quick. But they're just, I only do those around $20 in the shops here, you know, and sometimes it takes me a little more effort to those, and I want to change the price on those, but I don't want to have like different prices set on my clips. That just makes it harder, you know. Somebody's like, oh, how much is your clip? Oh no, that was 15, or no, that was 25, you know. Just it's pain in the butt doing it like that. I just rather have them all one price, and so I just haven't pushed my price up yet. Plus my little area, the market's just not as high. In a little country town, everybody's broke or busted or just daggum tightwad. So they don't want to spend money for all that kind of stuff. Right? There's your little buddy, you know. You had to play with some of them some mushroom tea and a little wake and bake. Have some good conversations. Oh. That's your little wake and bake buddy there. That'd be fun. Oh man, trying to clean my glasses. I haven't been wearing glasses too long, and it's like I wore sunglasses all my life. I couldn't walk out. I got blue eyes and super sensitive to that light. I couldn't walk out the door without having to have sunglasses on, so they stayed clean because I cannot stand looking through blurry, dirty glasses. I could keep them things clean with my t-shirt, no problem. I started wearing regular eyeglasses, snot. I can't keep these things clean for nothing. And then trying to clean them with my shirt, nah. All that does is smear and get them all hazy, and then it just, I can't see through them. Check out Facebook page. So that's just gonna tease me. You go make me want to daggum try to stack up for a road trip. That's that lake you keep talking about now that they had the festivals and stuff at. I'll dang sure look into that. Have a good day, Robin. Thank you for coming through and hanging out. I greatly appreciate it. Epoxy fumes, the roach clips gleaming, spin lay humming, machine breathing, life scheming. Made in pain, dust therapy, no escape. Medication roll tight, cosmos reshape. Hiding in the glow, stars collide like some aliens take grumpy for a ride. Yeah, I'm not gonna do any more burn on this one. When I say I'm not gonna do more pyrography work on the picture. Now I will take my torch when I'm done because I do need to go out when it gets a little bit later and I don't make the neighbors all mad. I need to go across this with my sanding drum and soften that edge. Like I said, that's sharp right there. I can drag that across my arm and go to leaking. No discretion, made in pain, does therapy, no escape. Medication rolled tight, cosmos reshaped. Hiding in the glow, stars collide. Like subscribe, aliens take grumpy for a ride. Workshops a temple, wood cone confession. Sawdust sermons, the resin's aggression. Outer space whispers in the screws compression. Blueprints bleed secrets, no discretion. Hey, good morning, Naomi. See, that's the thing. I get into environments like that, I get super anxious and super on edge. Especially if there's a little bit of alcohol going on. If I see folks walking around with beer cans and stuff like that, and I know there's folks out there that might be drunk on top of, you know, a little other, I get on edge. I don't like alcohol. I mean, I don't have anything. I sound all kind of biased and crazy here. I don't mind it when people drink and get their buzz on, as long as they maintain and don't get belligerent and start acting a fool and starting stuff, you know. And then with that in mind, when I go out and about, that's the first thing I do. I cannot help it. I'm like a daggum Terminator robot scanning the area for problems. You know, I just immediately just scan the environment and I look for people that look like they're already acting a little rowdy or acting a little belligerent or stumbling and just a little too much fun. You know, I want to stay away from that because I don't want to be in that situation, because I'm one of them people to where if I see somebody like that and they're showing their butt to somebody else that don't even deserve it and ain't even messing with them, I can't keep my mouth shut. You know, I have to open my big mouth and get in the middle of it, and then that just escalates the problem, because once you're at that point, it don't matter what you say to that individual, they're not gonna back down or calm down. You know, and so it's like I try to avoid the situations altogether. You know, that's the bad thing. There's that Facebook post or meme out there that says you may have the right to remain silent, but I lack the ability to do so. That's my big problem. You know, I try to stay to myself and not bother nobody, you know, that way everything flows better. But, you know, there's some situations I'm not gonna walk past and see something happening, you know, and not say something. It could be a grown man whooping his kid, you know, and if I saw the whole situation and didn't think that kid earned that whooping, I'm gonna say something, you know. If I think they doing a little too crazy, I'm gonna say, hey, the butt whooping point's been proved. I'll say something, you know. That's just a bad thing about me. You know, I believe in disciplining your kids and all, but also, you know, you can tell if somebody's getting a little out of control with the discipline, you know. So yeah, that's my goofiness. That's part of my crazy. That's why I stay at home. I go to the event that I set up to. That's the second time ever setting something like that up, and I didn't really have too many haters come through there. There was two people that showed up, and wasn't necessarily hating, but it's just, he started asking me questions about some of my trees, like how fast does it take me to build them, can I do this, like batching them out or something. And I'm like, I don't work like that, my man. I said, I do all this as a stress relief. So no, I don't sit in my shop and see just how many I can make in an hour. You know, I said, heck, that one tree might have took me a day, and then that tree might have took me 2 weeks. You know, but then he looked at me and it's like, well, we got an events going on over here on this side of town and we do them every weekend. And then he kind of side stared me and looked at my table with all my 420 stuff. He says, but yeah, we kind of frown upon that right there. And it's like, no, sorry, you know, that's just it. You know, so many people do this nowadays, and it's not against the law no more, my man. So, you know, if that can't go, I can't go. You know, and that's just, I've never set up anywhere just for that particular instances that happened, you know. And he did that at at the medical dispensary, and it's like, my man, you know, do you see where you're at? And you're gonna tell me that's not acceptable? But that was the only thing that I had negative towards my whole experience. But then at the same time, I kind of took it wrong. He wasn't being a tool about it, but he kind of was, you know. It was just, I don't know, I'm a real big on body language and stuff like that, and just, yeah, I watch all that goofy stuff. But that was the only guy that had really had anything negative to say. And then one lady looked at my trees and was like, asked the price on them, and she was, oh, you could sell them all day long if they were $20. And I couldn't help it. I know it wasn't the thing to do, but I just laughed out loud a little bit. And I was like, I bet I could. I said, but you know, they're worth more than $20. But she bought one of my carvings at the end of it, which was funny, which I appreciate it. But she thought the tree was too much. It's got LED lights and batteries and rechangeable batteries and all this kind of stuff. But then a little old wood carving for $35, and that was perfect. I said, okay. I'm not going to complain. Buy what you want to buy. Alright, I had to get some more of that herbal medication together. That first bit this morning was just a little leftover from last night. I'm done with my burn on that board. Excuse me, get back to chat here. Over here. Let's get that. Let me see the whole picture.
Stars take flight.
Heck, we're all weird. That's what makes us people. You know, nobody's perfect. You know, everybody's got their own little quirks and crazinesses. You know, that's what's awesome about it.
Every cut, every carve, a new world unfolds in the hands of the maker. The universe.
That it does. But then sometimes it don't. That's the bad thing about it, though. Sometimes people are just like me and they're freaking anxietied out, you know, feel like they're about to bug out and ready to go. So they might be tense. They might be holding themselves a little tighter than what they normally do. So it makes them look like they're up to no good, or they might be fixing to start something. You know, that's the bad thing about it. You might see a big old burly looking biker dude and think he's the meanest man out there, and that be the nicest person you ever meet in your life. You know, so that's the bad thing about how I carry myself, trying to judge all the situations or analyze the room, as I put it. But I do watch body language more than anything.
Grumpy's back and he's on the
But I gotta carve up some more of these lighter cases. Those were, everybody was liking those.
they gleam.
What's he cooking? What's the plan?
That I gotta do in here with my vacuum, because that epoxy, even the little lighter cases make a huge mess when you start carving on them.
Grumpy's live again. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Alright, this one's in the works. He's gonna have some negative space because I punched through, so you'll be able to see down into the lighter and everything. But just is starting to get his nose out. And you don't have a lot of thickness on there when you're carving to get your detail to make everything pop out and all. So that's kind of fun to do. And then this one's a little different. It's got some stars on there that's about rubbed off, but I put 420, carved the 420 into it, got a little alien head right there. I got to turn around and carve that in, and then carve there's 3 stars on there, carve the stars back into it, and then I'll fill these in with some glow resin. And then these probably glow. I got to see if I put any pigment in there or not. Oh, close the top of the box. Oh yeah, they glow. This one's gonna glow good. It's got the blue and the green. Oh yeah, they both glow. Yeah, that's the cool thing. Most of the stuff I do, if it's epoxy, it glows. Adds to that selling factor and that wow factor and that oh, we lost. Where'd we go? There we go. But yeah, it adds to all that individuality and the uniqueness, I guess. And I got a bunch of those I need to finish up. My cartridge covers, I need to get those done, but there's some pieces I need to get to make them complete, because with all the different companies out here that do cartridges, each cartridge is just slightly different in the size, and that makes it a pain for me to do my cartridge covers. And if I do them for myself, I have the cartridge on hand so I can fit them and they're perfect. But when I put them out there for individuals, I really need to know the cartridge that they use the most for the way I do them right now. I've come up with an idea to do some more future that I can just straight drill them all the same size. Hey Pat, good morning. Oh shoot, PK, all my songs is crazy. I tried to put aliens. That's the cool thing that I was talking about. Who's chat? I was in somebody's live talking about it, and it was making it sound like, okay, I do all my music right through Suno. It's AI app, you know, AI makes it, but I do all my prompts. You know, I give it all the characteristics of the sounds, the instrument sounds, the styles of the music, you know. Then you go through and you have so many words that you can fill in for your prompt. You know, okay, I want my song to be about this. I want him saying this. I want to do that. You just put a bunch of keywords. It just, there's certain ways to word it and then certain ways to spell certain words so the daggum AI will even say them correctly. But I put a lot of work in those songs. I dig it. You know, I feel my channel would not be the same if I did not have my music to play with, because it's like when I started doing YouTube, the first few videos I made, I used YouTube's free music, but I kept getting busted with copyright things when I'd go to post it, because it'd say this music wasn't free and I was getting the stuff from their free library, you know. So I'd gotten frustrated, and that's when I started looking into the music apps. You know, I was trying to figure out a way I could get, you know, music that would be free and wouldn't be no issue, and that's where I found Suno. And then a few creators was telling me that I would get slammed at the end with Suno, that it wouldn't be no good for me to use it, it would hurt me. But I went through emails and emailed the company and was asking them all the legalities. You know, do I own rights to this music? Can I use it in monetization? You know, and if you're paying for the program, you own every bit of the rights. You can use it in commercials. You can sell it, the stuff. I could put music on Spotify and try to sell my stuff as CD tracks and whatnot if I wanted to. But it's just overwhelming to try to get into that. You know, if I ever get my YouTube smooth and ironed out where I got a good routine, I might try to play with a music channel on top. You know, just doing my songs like that. But it's pretty cool. I do enjoy it. Now they made a new version, and when the 5.0 version came out, that kind of changed the way my whole persona thing worked out, because you can build personas and stuff in there, and that's basically like you get a couple of songs, you like the way those songs go, you can save that style as your style, and then it with AI, the more you use it, it just builds up off of that. And then that's why all my songs kind of have that same jingle to them. I don't know, it's hard to explain it, but it is fun playing with. But that's my whole channel. You know, I'll sit there when I do my lathe work. Y'all hear me talk for, you know, a few minutes at the beginning, introducing the channel, introducing myself, telling y'all what we're going to do. And then when I was all right, here comes the noise. Well, it's noise for me because it's the vacuum and the lathe beating and banging and all, but that gets muted and y'all get music, you know. So then I fast forward my lathe work. It's 10 times the speed. So I normally get maybe 3 songs played during that. And them songs are up loud enough for you to hear good. And then when we get to where I'm in the box working, I turn the song volume way down, but they're still all new songs. You know, I'll make about 6 songs per video, and so you hear 3 of them completely, but then you don't hear the rest of them until I'm doing this part, and you don't hear all the words from the end because I'm talking and babbling and whatnot. Oh, you can even put your own voice in there. That's the cool thing about it. You can sit there and insert enough recorded clips of yourself where it can pull up, you know, and start making stuff, and it's you think it's you singing the songs. Or even if you are musical and you can sing, that's the cool thing about it too, is you can sit there and sing your songs, you know, what, acapella or whatever they call it, no music, into your app, and then turn around and do your thing, and the app will turn around and add music to your song, you know, vice versa. You know, it's cool. I like it. But these are my little cartridge covers that I'm working on. Let's see. This one's done. I need to tune it up because I had it made for one cartridge and then I got a different cartridge, and so I took it around and I fit it to the other cartridge and it was drilled out too much. So I filled it up with some UV resin and cured it, and then kind of sanded it down for this cartridge to fit. But this one's not done, you know, I gotta finish that guy up. This one's gonna be a double one. He's gonna have the face there and there. And then that's gonna be a cartridge cover. And then when I say cartridge, if y'all don't know what I'm talking about, it's these 510 thread cartridges. They're for the medical, CBD, marijuana, whatever y'all want to put in them, or whatever the stores put in them. But you can buy them empty and fill them with your own stuff and whatnot. But that's what I do. They're glass, you know, and the average one of these, they run, say, 25 to 80 bucks. Just depends on what stuff you get in there. But you drop that thing with a battery hook to it outside and it hits concrete or whatnot, or even drop it on a tile floor or something, and that's glass. That stuff shatters. And, hey Tim, good morning. And then you turn around and you gotta, let's see, oh, that one barely fits. But you got to insert over it when it drops. That resin absorbs all that shock, and your glass don't shatter. Kind of like a phone case. You know, your phone case, you drop your phone and it, you know, helps you from breaking your screen. Well, there's your cartridge case. You drop that, it shatters. You drop it with a cover, you're good to go. And I've sold a couple of those too. Those are more popular, but then when I start telling folks, you know, right now the way I got them made, they're not as easy just to sell to whoever uses one. Because like I said, it's like you can see between these two, a white tip, black tip. So that's a little thinner than that, but then the glass is pretty much the same size on all of them. It's just weird. And then sometimes the hardware down here is a little bit thicker. So we're figuring it out. Definitely got a little market for this stuff. You know, if you got any shops like that around you, it's dang sure a good market to try to get into. But the bad thing is most of the time when folks is heading to them shops, all they want is what's in that shop. They don't want the accessories to go with it. But you do have the collectors, I guess. Let's see. Where's my other one? Let me pull it out and show y'all. This was the other 13 board that I was working on. I was trying to get it ready before the opening the other day, but didn't quite get there. And I got a little bubble right there. I'm gonna finish the visor and do the stars, and then I'm just gonna take my torch and kind of burn a little bit here and there to kind of make it look cloudy across that. And that'll be a done deal. I'm not sure if I'm gonna go. The bad thing about it is I mix my colors up, so I don't have this color no more. I have to throw resin and mica powders together to make that color again. And I got some boo-boos in there that's got to be fixed. So it's like oops, off the camera, big head. But I can fix it. I can just shade it up, I guess. Take my little Dremel, my little cutter, cut that bubble out, sand that down, and then sand it in a few spots, and then just hit it with a different color. Make it, I guess yeah, I can do that. Get that off there, and remove a little bit here and there, and then throw another color over top of the spots where I removed it to give it like a wrinkly. No, I have the 13th. The dispensary, they do that support the local vendor every 13th of the month. So they told me I'm more than welcome to come up there on the 13th and set up like I did. And then they do the thing this past weekend was their grand opening. They had a soft opening October 20th and then had their grand opening on November 22nd. And so I did the first 13th, which was November 13th. That was the first one they had for the store. And hey, Miss Daisy, good morning. And let me see. There's I did today. I finished my burn from yesterday morning. But I did the first 13th event, and I did the grand opening event, and then they'll have, like I said, that 13th event every 13th. I'm gonna do those when I can. Then they have a meet your neighbor quarterly event, but that's not at that location every time. They spread those out between the locations in the area. And so, I say within the area, within Florida, period. So one of them might have been down in South Florida, and then, Ocala somewhere, and then, the next one's going to be over here. And so I told them to let me know when they were set up to have their first quarter event that I dang sure wanted to sign up for that one. Because it's just, I feel more comfortable up there selling all my stuff because it's so much of it is 420 related, and I feel like that's kind of my crowd, my people. We're all batshit crazy, but I can relate to some of those a little more, I guess. And that gives me more time to get some more stuff made too. Because when I first found out, or when they first invited me to come up there, I come home, I was like, heck yeah. I was nervous because I never done nothing like that. And it's like, well, I'm going to try, Then I got nervous, like, well, snot, do I really even have enough stuff to take up there? Because I thought it was going to be just my roach clips and dab spoons, and a few of the boards that here, like I have the board with the little pop finger doing the piece and stuff like that, some of the 420 boards, I thought that was all I was going to be able to carry. Then they said, I could carry all my stuff up there. And so, okay. It worked out. The past, those two events, that kind of helped me out. It knocked that edge. Like I said, I'm still going to be a nervous wreck when I go to places like that. But it cut that edge, and then that company, they're so cool and they're so welcoming. I feel like a little mini celebrity when I walk up in there, and that helps my confidence, because that's half my problem. I get that confidence issue. But they are very, very welcoming, and it's a nice, warm environment. It feels cool. And then I feel like it is meant to be. As I said, with my YouTube, I've been making my music with a bug. I've been making my music, well before I ever even went to a Planet 13 dispensary, and the Planet 13 dispensary, like I was saying earlier, you walk in there and they got like little astronauts, here and there, little UFO saucers here and there, so it's just funny that they got that space alien vibe, and then my music has that alien vibe stuff going into it, so that's the coincidence. I don't know, Grumpy's just crazy. Almost makes it feel like it's just meant to be. Where's my other word? Then I made one like this. This is my video, so I'm not gonna do no work on this one, but I'll show it in the live. This will be Wednesday's video. I'm gonna have, well, y'all see, but I did one like this before the grand opening, just for the grand opening, and it was a little bit smaller, and the 13 and all wasn't as big. It wasn't blowed up as big on there. I think I still have it somewhere. I don't know. But I'm gonna do this one. I'm gonna do it. The first one I did, all I did was outline it like that. Damn glasses. All I did was outline it like that, and then I filled it in with some UV resin that glowed in the dark and whatnot to color it. But I think with this one, because the 13 is black, I'm gonna do my hash shading like I did on the cross there, and then do that on the 13, and I'll probably do the same thing on the moon or the planet outline, but I'll go through and add some color to that and leave that one. But then I'm gonna do some more that's got like a, let's see, I'll come down on the board and do like a, almost like a half circle, like a sunrise or something like that, and make that like a planet coming up over her horizon. And then I'll do like just a 13 on there and then add some cosmic stuff around it. I got a whole bunch of ideas. That's what I went to the shop for the other day, was just to walk through. And I went in there and picked up a little 8th of flour and then walked through and just getting inspiration, looking at all the decoration and decor and whatnot they had in there. But that's just the thing with me when I do my artwork. You know, I'll squirrel on just my clips for a long time, and then I'll quit messing with those, and then I'll work on like my covers or something like that. And I don't do these a whole lot because of my powder carbon. You know, I'm good at the powder carbon, I guess. It's just when you're holding that burr and stuff with y'all see me, y'all can see I white knuckle everything. So when I'm holding that, and if my hands done got tired or something and that daggum burr catches and it just grabs right, and if I've not got my grip and my strength right, choom, it'll dig a big old line, mess the piece up, stuff like that. So I slow down on the powder carbon. But I am getting my grip not better. I guess I'm just understanding it better now. I'm learning to adapt to it, I guess is what I'm trying to spit out. So I'll be back in my carbon soon enough. These are cool. I like my little cases. That'll glow through. I know that one glows. I'm pretty sure the rest of them do. Outer space whispers in the screws compression. Blueprints bleed secrets, no discretion. Made in pain, does therapy, no escape. Medication rolled tight, cosmos reshaped. Hiding in the glow, stars collide. Like subscribe, aliens take grumpy for a ride. Workshops a temple. There's my little rainbow one, like tie-dye. It's got all kind of colors in it. Outer space whispers in the screws compression. Blueprints bleed secrets, no discretion. Made in pain, does therapy, no escape. Medication rolled tight, cosmos reshaped. Hiding in the glow, stars collide. Like subscribe, aliens take grumpy for a ride. All right, Tina, be safe. Have a good day. Thank you for hanging out. Weightless in the chaos, dreams begun. Made in pain, does therapy, no escape. Medication rolled tight, cosmos reshaped. Hiding in the glow, stars collide. Like subscribe, aliens take grumpy for a ride. I'm probably gonna shut this one off a little early this morning instead of running till 7:30 or so. I said I don't really have much more to do. I need to get this edge addressed before I go to filling this in, because I might end up taking too much off the edge to have to worry. So I got enough room to where I can bring it in some more and get this. Let's see, get y'all can see it. I don't know if y'all can see what I'm talking about. But right through here on the plywood, where it's layered together, it's like they had a booger in the boards. Right there and right there. I'm gonna start buying better boards to burn on too. Like I said, this was just stuff that I had here around the house. And so I say free wood's the best wood, but it wasn't free because I bought it. I just wasn't using it for what I bought it for. So instead of it just sitting there going to waste, I decided to utilize it this way. And then that's what my box is built out of too, my carbon box. I took 2x4s and stripped the 2x4s down to little like 2x2 runners and framed it kind of like that. Tried to make it as light as I could because I had every intentions of picking this thing up. You know, I wanted to hook a little it's hard to explain. I wanted to put like a pulley system that hooked onto the top of my box that would help me pick it up, because with my back and my neck, I can't pick stuff like this up, but I was wanting to be able to make it big enough to go on top of my lathe whenever I was doing lathe work, you know, and then just kind of pick it up a little bit and move it over, because my lathe is right beside my box right here, just on the outside, and I was wanting to make it, you know, kind of like a cup, you know, put a cup over the lathe to keep my dust contained, you know, and then the same thing for my carbon box, you know, just make this my big cup and move it back and forth, but it just never worked out that way. I could still do it, I can't do it. In my head I can do it, but I need to get in my attic and I need to get into the truss and put an eye hook coming down and then hook my stuff to that. You know, once I did that, the rest of it wouldn't be that bad. But I'm gonna just do this instead. Oh goodness. But all right, y'all, I'm gonna shut this off. Thank y'all for tuning in and putting up with my crazy babble this morning. And like I said, my stuff for my lathe is ordered and it is on the way. My extra bag and my adapters will be here before the dust collector will be here. So I'm just waiting, because yeah, I'm having lathe withdrawals. I need to be making all kind of stuff right now. I could be making some Christmas ornaments and some snowmen and stuff like that to take out to sell and stuff. So yeah, I need my lathe. But all right, y'all have an awesome day. Everybody stay safe, stay laid back, and God bless everybody.
Grumpy's got secrets tucked under his skin. Exotic goods from a world far away, but the grind never stops, it's another long day. Colors glow bright, they burn through the night. Meds rolled up tight, and it feels just right. Milky Way spins in a haze of disdain. All of this magic is just made in pain. In the resin, a galaxy trapped. Time bends and twists like the universe snapped. Grumpy hums low as the aliens cheer. This tiny workshop holds the whole sphere. Colors glow bright, they burn through the night. Meds rolled up tight, and it feels just right. Milky Way spins in a haze of disdain. All of this magic is just made in pain.